Hey guys, so Legends announced their new sort of gacha coin, summon coin mechanic coming to the game pretty soon for the next step up banner. So I saw a lot of people talking about the topic over on Twitter, so I decided to make a community response thread on the whole topic here. So what people did is they responded to this post by me. Keep in mind, there's 345 replies to this, so I will not be able to get to every single reply here. But I want to address people's comments, and then we'll just sort of have an open discussion about their comments and what I think about it. Overall, before we even go into the comments, I think this is a very positive change for the game. It's not really, the end-all, be-all, best possible scenario for a pity system, but I still think it's a positive change. So let's go ahead and take a look at some of these responses. So we have the first response. I think they should have done the coin system like Dokkan, where you can save your coins. That way they have it now as kind of a bummer for free-to-play. You would have to do 10 rotations on the banner to get the new LF with coins, which I think is out of the picture for a lot of free-to-play players. Okay, so two things here. The first thing is, this is, I think, the most common criticism I'm seeing for this new system. People want to be able to save your coins, right? So there's two things that I'll say about this. Number one, the way that this is, the biggest difference between this pity system and Legends as opposed to Dokkan is in Legends you can purchase the new unit with summon coins. In Dokkan you cannot do that. So that's number one. Number two, I feel like you can't have both of those things in a PvP based gacha game. So for instance, let's just say LF Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta comes out on his banner. If you're able to purchase him immediately with summon coins, and they also have a system where you can carry over your summon coins from a previous banner, there's going to be people who have a bunch of coins saved up, and then they won't even have to summon at all on that Gogeta banner. So I think that's the reason why they wouldn't do that. So it's really up to, I guess, the player if you would rather have a system where you can carry your coins over from banner to banner, but you wouldn't be able to buy the new unit, or B, a system where you could, eventually buy the new unit with coins, but the coins wouldn't carry over to another banner. So I think it's really one or the other. And then in terms of, the second biggest complaint I'm seeing is that this is not a free-to-play friendly system. Well, keep in mind, a lot of the changes this game makes are not with free-to-play players in mind. They are a business, they need to make money. And they're of course going to cater more towards their paying players. That's just, at the end of the day, that is the cold hard truth of the changes that this game makes, or pretty much any single game, any business that exists, want to cater towards their paying players because that's where they make their money from, right? That should be obvious to people. But I do think that this can benefit free-to-play players well. We've been talking a lot about, me and other content creators have been talking about the fact that we think the best way to play this game as sort of a light spender or a free-to-play player is to really target 1 to 2 tags that you're going to be maining. So for instance, if you're main of hybrids, right, really have no reason to go super deep or even summon at all on the Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta or Corrupted Zamasu banner because there's no hybrid units on there. There's no new hybrids on there. There's nothing that you can really benefit from in terms of your main team. But for the Revival Gohan, his banner, you have the future Gohan on there. You have the new Revival Gohan. The new Trunks came out on there. There's a lot of value for you on that hybrid banner. That's the banner you should be focusing on. So if you're saving up specifically for those banners that will benefit your teams the most, this is a system that can benefit you a lot because of the fact that you should have enough crystals saved up to the point where this is going to benefit you. You'll be able to rack up a lot of coins. And one other point I do want to make as well is that people are saying that, it's 50 coins is not accessible by a lot of people, therefore it's a bad system. You have to understand that there's other things you can buy with coins if you don't end up, saving the whole 50 coins here. You can purchase 200 Legends Limited Z Power for 15 coins. But if you get lucky and you summon the new LF within the time it takes you to get 15 coins, you could immediately push them to 3 stars with this. That's really good. You get a free extra star on your LF unit that you just pulled by spending 15 extra coins for that. You can buy, if you save up 30 coins, you can buy 600 Legends Limited Z Power here. So there's other things you can buy in here that are not this that are going to benefit you. I think people are too focused on the price of the new character Z Power and they're not really looking at other things that you could be purchasing that are also good, right? 1 coin for 20 Legends tickets, like, that's good. Keep in mind, you're getting, what is this, 5 coins per rotation? That's 100 Legends tickets. So it's going to be a lot easier to amass these Legends tickets, and what that's going to let you do is that's going to let you Zenkai the LFs that are in that exchange shop a lot more easily. Gohan, Super Saiyan 3 Goku, like Beer, all those Legends Limited characters that are Zenkai, like, it's going to be way easier to obtain them because you can now also get the Zenkai power for free from the Rush shop as well. So this right here, pretty underrated, I would say, the Legends tickets change. But okay, next response we have is a marketing tactic encouraging you to buy up to 40k crystals to guarantee get the new unit, and they just disguise it as some generous pity system when it is overpriced. They just want desperate free-to-play players to pop their bubble for a guaranteed new unit. Scummy. I mean, at the end of the day, it's your decision whether or not you want to spend on it. If this system is going to be something that encourages you to spend, you know, as a free-to-play player for the first time, then it did its job, right? That's what they want. So you have to spend 40k crystals for 1 guaranteed new LF unit, 600 Z power. What about GSP tickets on the step up? This sucks. They don't care about normal players. I mean, you have to keep in mind, again, they're not removing anything. All they're doing is they're giving you a choice, right? So previous, again, well, let me quickly go over this so you guys understand what I'm talking about. Previous to this change, for all of these steps, you would be getting guaranteed sparking tickets, right, where you need 5 sparking tickets to do 1 summon. You'd be getting Legends tickets as well. So instead of directly giving those 2 things to you for summoning, they are giving you summon coins instead. What you can do with these summon coins is you can then go down here and you can purchase Legends tickets. You can purchase guaranteed summon tickets. So you can still do those things and get those rewards if you want to. It is just up to you about whether or not you want to purchase those things as you know, the bonus for you summoning. Or you can choose to save up for things like Legends Limited Z Power or the new LF character if you're going to go up to 50 coins. So it's not, they're not removing it, they're just giving you the choice. So that's it. The only thing I would have to suggest is that they increase the cap from 20k to at least 35k, if not 40k CC, so that we as free-to-play players, or even you as whales, can stack up more CC and give us a better chance of being able to use this system. I do agree with that to a degree. So right now, as a paying player, you cannot purchase crystals over 20k because that is the limit. If you try to do so, the game literally tells you that you have too much crystals and you have to spend them before you can purchase more crystals. We see a little bit of that spill over into the world of free-to-play here because also, if you have 20k crystals as a free-to-play player, you can't actually exchange crystals in the shops. So for instance, in the raid shops, there's crystals that you can purchase for the raid medals, right? If you have 20k crystals, you can't do that because it says like you have too many or something like that. I think that's something that they should remove, and I do agree with this point. If you're free to play and you know you're actively saving for specific banners that you want to save for because they're going to be beneficial to you more than other banners, then I think you should be at liberty to be able to make that decision without the game forcing you to spend crystals to get more crystals. So I think that is something that they should look into and they should change. The reason why they don't change that is because they don't want people saving forever, right? That's not something they want people doing. They want you to spend your crystals on like every banner, which is not what you should be doing, but it's sort of a way that they get people to dump their crystals, right? But again, I think this is a valid point, and that's something I would like to see them change for sure. It is dumb that you have to choose between Legends tickets or guaranteed sparking tickets when we got both for free before they should have just revamped the Legends tickets to make it more updated and make it LFs cheaper. I mean, you have to keep in mind that you get 20 Legends tickets now. You never used to get 20 for 1 summon, right? I think like you're actually getting 40 Legends tickets for step 5. Like you're spending 1,000 crystals, you're getting 40 Legends tickets. That's really good. They're not giving you directly the rewards, but they're giving you a choice of what you want. I don't really know how to word it any clearer than that, right? You now have a choice. Would you rather just not have the choice? Like, I don't get it. I'm just annoyed that they're dropping this what? I'm just annoyed that they're dropping this after opposed to during the anniversary celebration. Seems like an anniversary-worthy update and would have benefited many players. Instead, they drop it after everyone has completely blown their load on multiple terrible step-up banners. I mean, yeah, I could understand that. I think I would probably give them the benefit of the doubt that this is something that they were working on as a result of the surveys that we filled out during the anniversary. I mean, keep in mind, that first survey that we did, we filled out like when the Gogeta and Zamasu banners were pretty new still. So this is possibly something that they were designing and created as a result of the feedback that we gave them from those surveys, which is pretty recent. So I don't think it's fair to say that it's scummy that they did this, because this could be a direct result of our feedback to them because of the anniversary. But we don't know for sure. I'm just giving them the benefit of the doubt for that. I don't know if that was something that they planned out or not. I don't mind the choice, and to be fair, I'm not overly sure how much I summon on a banner. If I really like the character, I usually summon every time I hit thousands of crystals. I guess the strategy is to wait till the summon is nearly over and then look at what you have with coins. Yeah, I mean, that's what I recommend people to do right now, even before the system came out. But I think with this change, it's going to be way more important than ever before to actually, you know, really be smart with how you save your crystals and spend on banners, because at the end of the day, I think if you're going to be as a free-to-play player, if you're going to be summoning on a banner, I think at the very least you want to go in with enough crystals to be able to purchase this. This to me is probably the most valuable thing on here for the cost, the 15 summon coins. It's either this or it's the Legends tickets. Honestly, the Legends tickets are really good value. But for this, right, I mean, you go in with 15 or whatever, how many, like 12, 13k crystals, or whatever the calculation ends up being. And if you pull an LF, you can then immediately push him to 3 stars, which is going to be very beneficial, because generally LFs with 3 stars get an extra tag that they're going to be buffing with their Z ability. So it opens up more options for you to use them on different teams. But yeah, I would say that, again, you want to pick a team, pick a tag that you want to focus on as a free-to-play player, and only summon on banners that are going to be beneficial for that tag. So again, hybrids, you want to only summon on banners like Revival Gohan. Fusions, you want to only summon on banners like Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. Regen, you want to only summon on banners that have like powerful regen characters on them, and that's it. One step forward, 2 steps backward. Takes a lot of time for free-to-play players to save that much, so it's useless for most of the player base. These devs never learn. I mean, again, people are looking at it like this is the only thing you can purchase from the coin shop, which is not the case, which I think is why people are upset. Like, they're looking at everything else and they're ignoring it and only focusing on this, I think. Good system, but I feel worried because they did the same thing they did with the Rush Shop. The tickets became purchasable, so it's not optimal to buy them. Will step-ups just not exist anymore? Pity isn't on every banner, only step-up, so it's not a step-up but pity banner. Okay, so the one thing I do want to acknowledge from this too is the fact that we don't know how like Legends All-Star banners are going to be handled. They don't mention All-Star banners anywhere in the announcement here. It says, new freebies will be available from each step of the next step-up summon. So there's no mention of like All-Star banners or any other type of banner at all on here. So I assume that these summon coins are only going to be applicable to step-ups, which to me, it does devalue the All-Star banners a little bit, because it's going to discourage you from summoning on those, because you want to save, of course, all of your crystals to summon on these step-ups so that you can make the best use out of the coins, right? So how they're going to handle All-Star banners in the future with this new change implemented has yet to be seen, but I do think that is a valid concern to have. I do agree with that. I think it's a good thing to finally have a pity system in Legends, and the format that they have decided to follow is pretty good. However, I think it is a poor decision to remove the extra features from the step-ups, such as the free multi or 2x rate. I mean, that hasn't been something that they've had in the banners for a long time. I mean, I think the last banner they had the 2x rates on was like UI Goku, which was like November or something, like late November, early December or something like that. So I think it's safe to say that format has died off for good now. And keep in mind, they've been changing the formats for step-ups literally ever since the game came out. Right, the first step-up we ever had was Demon King Piccolo and Hercule step-up. And ever since they released that, pretty much every single format for every single step-up has been different. So they definitely will continue to change the formats here. I assume, you know, the pricing in here will probably change over time. There's going to be different benefits here. Like, the only benefit that you actually get for any of these steps outside of the summon coins is the EX or higher guaranteed step. I mean, they're probably going to add in different things here over time. We'll see. But yeah, I mean, this format hasn't existed for a long time. I think the CC limit should be removed or increased to some reasonable amount, like 50k. Yeah, I addressed this already. Blah, 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 blah. Acquiring units not enough. I do think Legends for this is okay. Yep. It seems to me that they are making the LFs more accessible. I know it would seem obvious, but I can't help but feel that this might be building up to summonable ultras, with how they're making LFs easier to get, then replace LFs with ultras. So I don't really think there's anything that we could possibly say right now about ultras, at least in relation to this system, because we just don't know anything about it yet, right? We can't say anything about it. I think it's, again, safe to say that by the end of this year, we probably will see our first summonable ultra in the game, just because end of the year is generally when they release their like super hype characters, right? The two biggest points in the year for them to release characters is the anniversary and New Year's. Those are the two biggest times of the year for Legends. So I think we could see our first summonable ultra like literally like at the same time this year as when they released Good to Bloom early last year, which was sort of around New Year's / Christmas time. I think this system should apply to ultras as well. I don't really think there's a reason why it shouldn't. So again, I guess we'll have to wait and see how they handle that, but that is something that we can't really make too many judgmental calls on right now. I think it's a positive change that the coins don't carry over to other banners. That's the only thing I'm having a problem with, but then again, that'd be awesome, way too generous of them. They gotta get that sweet money. I mean, yeah, pretty much at the end of the day, that is what it comes down to. Again, they don't want people just summoning on banners a ton and then just, you know, saving up enough coins to where they can actually skip entire banners, right? They don't want people skipping entire banners and just having enough coins to buy the new LF without summoning at all. That's not what they want. Just don't make sense to get rid of the new few tickets they gave us for spending that amount of crystals for a free summon, or 2 on average, and forcing people to pay so that they can get something in that's less than what they had before. I mean, it's not less. It's you literally just have a choice now to get the same stuff. So this will be hated by free-to-play players, but this is good, so you save for Legends Limited Z power, and also you can buy tickets and get another LF you're missing. So having 40k CC is not good. But I can say you have a reasonable chance of pulling the new LF unit on 40k, and if you pull the new unit on maybe 39, and maybe it is the 3 stars, you do 1,000 more. You have a 6-star LF unit, that's good, and lowering the amount of CC required will be bad. Okay, well, it's a long post. I will just say that, you know, addressing the topic of like free-to-play, because this is pretty much what everybody's talking about. It's like, oh, how is this going to benefit free-to-play players? This is a system that is not designed for free-to-play players. This is a system that's designed for paying players. It's very obvious, right? Most of the changes, again, I mentioned this earlier, most of the changes you're going to be seeing implemented in a game like this, or pretty much any other game ever created, is for, it's targeting paying players, right? That's just, you know, you're going to cater your changes that you're making and your updates and your mechanics for people who are going to be actively generating revenue for you. That's how a business works. Now, with that said, this is still going to benefit free-to-play players. It's just not going to benefit them as much, right? You can still be very smart with how you spend your crystals and save up to take advantage of this system. Again, you don't need to purchase this for this to be good. As long as you're taking advantage of, you know, this right here, this 15 summon coins for 200 Legends Limited Z power. You're taking advantage of the 1 coin for Legends tickets, right? I mean, let's say you have, I don't know, 22 summon coins, right? At the end of your summoning session and you're free to play. You saved up a ton of crystals. You targeted a specific banner. You're a hybrid main. You summon on a hybrid LF banner. You pulled the new unit in like 21k crystals, so you stop summoning. You then have 15 coins that you can spend on this, and then with the remaining 7 coins, you can purchase 140 Legends tickets, which will get you closer to being able to purchase a copy of an LF from that Legends ticket shop, and then you can then work on Zenkaiing them from the Rush shop. So there's a lot going on here. I think in terms of what you're able to get out of this, even as a free-to-play player, is definitely way better than the system that we had before. Yeah, okay, this guy's talking about the anniversary stuff, so I can't really give my opinion about something they haven't even implemented, but sure, it sucks they waited till we all spent CC on 3 Legends Limited. Yeah, I mean, this is, again, I don't know if they intentionally waited until the anniversary ended. This is probably something that they were working on as a result of the surveys that they released for the anniversary. They probably saw a lot of people saying that they didn't pull the new LFs, and that, you know, they spent X amount of crystals, didn't pull them. So, I mean, having a pity system in this game is just better than not having one, right? I mean, this is at the end of the day what it comes down to. The summon coins definitely allow more free-to-play players to compete with the ones who spend money. For example, if you pull one copy of the LF, you don't need to spend more crystals on the banner. You can just invest in the Z power. Exactly. Yeah, that's true. For someone who has gotten shafted a lot during Anniversary, this just feels like a way to get the players to buy and summon more. For free-to-play players like us who sometimes can't manage to pull the unit, won't even have the motivation to keep summoning till 40k. I mean, again, you don't have to go all the way to this. There's other things on here that are really, really beneficial for you that aren't the new unit. Right? I mean, it's just that's, I don't really know what else to say other than that. I like this because they're basically helping players that summon on every banner save and spend their CC smarter when they're free to play, because I know a lot of people do that. Exactly, yes, you have to be smarter with how you spend your crystals and save up now. I think it's a good addition, just needs to be refined a bit so that it's more beneficial for everyone, as free to play will not be able to spend 45k on a banner. I doubt free to play players will be able to even do more than 2 rotations per banner. I know I haven't. Okay, yeah, I mean that's definitely a valid concern. Again, I don't think, looking at this step right, this, like, you know, 50 coin new Legends Limited character Z power here, this is certainly not supposed to be for free-to-play players, right? You're not most of the time going to be free-to-play going into a banner with 40k crystals and you're going to be able to purchase this. It's just not realistic most of the time. I mean, there are instances where people are saving up tons of crystals. I mean, I've seen screenshots of people who save up over 150k crystals just because they haven't summoned on many banners and they're specifically saving for something, which you can do. So it's not out of the question. It's just, you know, it's not something that's designed for free-to-play players, but if you're a smart free-to-play player, you can definitely make use of this. But again, I'm not saying, you know, this is what's making the system good. It's just one of the things in here that's set up to where you can benefit from this, but there's, again, all these other things are also very good. Disappointed the coins don't work for future banners, but I kind of like it. If it doesn't go towards Legends Limited Z power, then at least counts as twice as many Legends tickets. Yep, 20 per one summon. Every rotation can be 100, so 10 rotations is also enough for Legends Limited in the shop. And also keep in mind, while the coins do not carry over to other banners, these do, right? Legends tickets will never go away. If you purchase 20 Legends tickets from one banner, those don't expire. So if you summon on, I don't know, 4 different step-up banners, and for all those step-up banners, you're using your summon coins to purchase Legends tickets, you'll be able to accumulate Legends tickets over that whole period of time to use for, you know, a character that you want to purchase. So those do carry over, even while these don't. I think we'll do a few more. I don't want this video to go on forever. Solid system gives players the ability to limit break LFs to the point where they are competitive. My only problem is that they don't transfer from banner to banner, okay? Which means a lot of people, even Dolphin level spanners, can't reach 40k on one banner without completely neglecting. Yeah, I mean, again, I don't really think that this is not really a system that's this right here, this one box, this one row, this is not really something that's designed for free-to-plays. So I get that complaint for sure. I think that while overall a good thing, there's one simple thing they could do that would fix most of the issues with it. Just make the coins transfer between banners. Again, they don't want people just saving up for the main LF unit on a banner and then not summoning at all on that banner. That's not what they want. Really good mechanic even for free to play, because you can save 40k target on a valuable banner and you can get new characters along with some other Legends Limited characters in banner. But when ultras become summonable, most free to play will wait for 3 months and summon. I mean, yeah. I can't really comment on the ultra thing because we don't know yet, but that is a concern to have. I do think that's valid. And yeah, I mean, if you are somebody who's free to play and has the willpower to save 40k crystals for a specific banner that's going to benefit your team, that is the best possible way to play this game as a free-to-play player right now, if you want to be competitive, right? Sometimes people don't care about being competitive, right? Sometimes free-to-play players just want to summon for new units because they're cool and they just want to collect them, right? That's also a valid reason for wanting to summon. But if you're somebody who, you know, is targeting a specific team, maybe you're a movies main or something like that, and let's say they come out with I don't know, an LF Super Gogeta from Fusions Reborn. He's like a massive buff to the movies team. If you're somebody who's only targeted movies banners and you're only saving for those banners and you're skipping every other banner, you know, maybe you'll have enough to purchase the free copy at 50 coins. Maybe you'll have enough to purchase the 600 Legends Limited Z power here for 30 coins if you pull one copy along the way. It's a cheaper option than this. If you don't end up pulling them at all and you don't end up getting to 50 coins, you have a bunch of other options here. you could purchase this. Maybe you pulled another, maybe you didn't pull Gogeta, you pulled, I don't know, LF Kid Buu for the first time, who's come back. And you want to push him from 2 to 3 stars. You can purchase this and get him to 3 stars, like right away. Maybe you want that extra shot at pulling Gogeta, you know, after you summoned and didn't pull him. You can purchase some SP guaranteed summon tickets right here. That's another option. Maybe you just want to, you know, have a guaranteed chance at a Legends Limited character that you have in the shop for the tickets. You can purchase this. So there's a decision that you have to make at the end of the day once you obtain these coins. Like, what do you want to buy? And that comes down to, you know, what your account looks like, what your mindset is. Do you want to keep trying your luck on the banner with these guaranteed summon tickets? Do you want to push a LF you have to 3 stars? Like, there's a lot of things to consider here. So you have to be smart with how you handle that. All right, last question or a point, and then we'll end the video. The system seems the best to me, but I think that the price for the new Legends Limited is a bit expensive if you were free to play. If the price is always going to SWR, so I suppose that players like me will have to prioritize a team to the maximum because the CC they are not going to give us have 3 or 4 viable teams. Yeah, exactly. That's pretty much what I've been saying this whole time, right? If you're a free to play player, you should be focusing on one or two tags that you really want to be your main teams. And that's, you know, if you do that, then you could end up in a position where you have enough crystals saved up to be able to actually get to this final step here, which I think is the main allure of the system. But again, a lot of other options here for you. So that is going to do it for this community response video. Let me know down below in the YouTube comments as well what you guys think about this new system. Again, I think overall it is a positive thing. It's definitely not like the greatest ever change made in history or something like that, right? It's not like the savior of Dragon Ball Legends, but I think if you are smart and you plan out your spending accordingly, this can be very beneficial to you. So we will have to see how this system changes and evolves over time. We'll see what this new format actually feels like once we experience it for ourselves on this step-up banner. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you all in the next one.